Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to another video of Fafa's World. Today I'm going to be telling you short stories of 63 Sahabas. I'll be splitting these videos into two parts, so be sure to check the other part out once it's released. Okay, so let's start. Abu Bakr. He was the Prophet ﷺ's chosen companion for the Hijrah, migration to Medina. He was also the first Khalifa. His daughter Aisha radiallahu anhu was the wife of the Prophet. Umar ibn al-Khattab. He was the second Khalifa. During his reign, Iraq, Syria, Palestine, and Egypt all became part of the Muslim Empire. Uthman ibn Affan. He was the third Khalifa. He was considered the most modest of the Sahaba, and even the angels would feel shy around him. Ali ibn Abi Talib. He was the fourth righteous Khalifa. He grew up in the Prophet ﷺ's home and accepted Islam when he was 10 years old. Zayd ibn Haritha. He chose to live with the Prophet ﷺ over his own father. He was sent as the commander in many expeditions by the Prophet. Khadija bint Khalid. She was the first wife of Prophet ﷺ and the first believer of Islam. She was one of the most remarkable women in history. Fatima bint Asad. She was the wife of Abu Talib and raised the Prophet ﷺ after his grandfather passed away. Safiya bint Abdul Muttalib. She was the aunt of the Prophet ﷺ and mother of Zubair ibn al-Awwam. She raised him as a brave man that would never surrender to any of Allah's creatures. Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah. He was known as the trustworthy man of this ummah and was chosen to lead the Muslim armies by Umar ibn al-Khattab. Abu Dar al-Ghifari. He was not from Mecca but went to Mecca in search of the Prophet ﷺ and became an early Muslim. Bilal ibn Rabah. He was an African slave who was freed by Abu Bakr and became the first muazzin. Zubair ibn al-Awwam. He was the first person to draw the sword in defense of Islam. Talha ibn Ubaidullah. He was known as a living martyr due to the number of injuries he sustained at Uhud mountain. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas. He was known for his du'as to be answered by Allah. Fatima bint al-Khattab. She was the sister of Umar ibn al-Khattab who accepted Islam before him. Sumayya bint Khayyat. She was the first martyr to die for Islam. She was killed by Abu Jahl. Yasir ibn Amr. He was the husband of Sumayya. He was the first male martyr to die for Islam, also killed by Abu Jahl. Ammar ibn Yasir. Faith entered his heart when he heard the Quran and he began telling his parents about Islam. Musab ibn Umair. Prophet chose Musab to be his ambassador to Medina to teach a group of believers who had come to pledge allegiance to Islam and prepare Medina for the day of the Great Hijrah. Abu Hudayfa ibn Utbah. He was an early revert to Islam who was martyred at Battle of Yamama. Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib. He was the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ. He was martyred at Battle of Uhud. He was known as the Lion of Allah. Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. The throne shook at the death of Sa'd ibn Mu'adh because of the joy of the Lord. Abdullah ibn Rawaha. He was a poet who defended Islam with his words. He was martyred at Battle of Mu'tah. Sulaim. She loved the Prophet ﷺ so much that she brought her 10-year-old son Anas to the Prophet so he could serve him. Anas ibn Malik, the son of Sulaim. He served the Prophet ﷺ for 10 years and never encountered a bad word from him. Al-Bara ibn Malik, another son of Sulaim. He was a brave warrior responsible for the victory at Battle of Yamama. Abdullah ibn Salam. He was a Jewish Rabbi who accepted Islam. Salman al-Farsi. He was a Persian who traveled in search of the truth. His travels brought him to Medina and Islam. Abu Darda. He was known for his dislike for this world and love of the late night prayer. Abu Dujana. He was a brave warrior who was given the Prophet ﷺ's sword. Khalid ibn Walid. He was known as the Sword of Allah and was undefeated in battle.